for a very long time, this is how people had to get in, long before they were giving tours. So the hole was bigger at least, but you would still have to tie a rope around a tree and then climb down more than 80 feet to get to the bottom here.
Wow.
And that was back before they had modern safety equipment and electric lights.
So, probably a silly question, but how old is this cavern, maybe?
It's really hard to put an age on a cave because the processes that make them are incredibly
That's
slow
what I
and
figured.
subtle. And you'd have to like draw a line somewhere in there, either when it started forming or when you would officially call it a cave or something like that. And we really don't have any way of doing that. And whenever you hear people talking about the ages of stuff like this, it's going to be very broad.
So it's not like 100 years, it's older than that.
Oh yes.
That's what I'm
oh yes.
Okay.
Yeah, these can stay full of air for like tens to hundreds of thousands of years,
okay,
and they
that's
spend a
right.
lot of their lives full of water. In 1863, so of course it was not this fancy looking out here back then. This was a farmer's attempt to use the cave as a root cellar. It was a very common practice to do that with caves because it didn't always take too much work to get in compared to digging out a whole root cellar. And then once you're underground, they tend to be somewhere near 50 degrees all year long, so good at keeping things cool when it's hot out. This one wasn't quite as effective as most others because not only is it 7 or 8 degrees warmer in there than average, it's also just much too wet to keep anything fresh. Rain makes it drip a lot, and it's always humid. So I doubt he had to learn about rot and mold the hard way. Typically you can feel the humidity. Down a single path for a long time and only grows outward from it. Just makes these thin sheets.
That's amazing. It looks like you could just rip it off, but you can't.
They're brittle.
Oh,
They are brittle.
Okay.
Yeah, calcite is a very strong stuff.
It's amazing the way it looks.
This is the other side of all that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's just right around where we were.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You can see the little hole right there. So it's it. Most of this happened back before this was a business. There were no doors on the entrance back then, so anybody could get in. Some people would break off pieces of souvenirs, we're guessing. The doors did mostly stop that, but we still have a few times people broke them down to get in here. And it was during one of those incidents that this group right here was damaged.
we gotta move into a common ground. I wanna trip with you. You are not alone in this. I'm by your side. Let go. I got you through the woods of your time. I wanna trip with you. I wanna trip with you. I wanna trip with you. Don't go down, salute the sun. You're the morning light. I know you feel it. Home again. You're branching out into the neverland.
Welcome back to my channel, guys. Today I am officially in Tennessee at Bristol Caverns. I forgot to do an intro to my video. This place was packed when we got here, but that's where we're parked. We were gonna park like right over there, but good thing we didn't because, well, one, I wasn't gonna fit, but two, there was hardly any solar over there. So I was able to do a little bit of solar, and then it just started beeping, so I had to whip out my generator. But it's $18 per person to come to this place. It's an hour tour. It wasn't as cold as I said it was gonna be, but bring a sweater just in case. These beautiful roses they have. And they got a cute little gift shop. A bunch of different things on it. That's their schedule. But it was pretty nice. I was really worried about all the stairs and if I was going to be able to make it. There was a good amount of people over here, camera. There was a good amount of people that, hold on. There was a good amount of people on our tour. Let's say at least 8 or so. They were a lot older than we were, and they were able, a majority of them were able to get up and down the steps pretty good. Two had to stay back because some of the steps were a little steep, and it took a minute for me to catch my breath.
One eternity later.
A lot has happened after that last clip that you guys saw. So while I was walking my dogs, there was a dog that was just non-stop barking, and they were barking since we've got there. But I don't know what happened, but my service completely shut down. I couldn't use my router, I couldn't use my phones, I couldn't use anything, and I hated that. And it was already it wasn't that late, so it was bedtime, I wouldn't have cared. So between that, the road noise, and the person's dog barking, and I don't know, something deep down inside me told me to just leave. So I did. I went to a Cracker Barrel that was about 30 minutes away, and it was packed. There was a lot of RVers in there, which was nice to see. So I'm going to end this vlog here.